Hey everybody, welcome to Hike Over the Hill. I am Jedi coming to you from the thriving metropolis of Rochester, New York. I lost my son. Not only that, it's raining out. I don't know if you can hear that on the roof. I was going to wait until it stopped raining, but I don't know how long it's going to last. So I apologize if the sound isn't that great. Hopefully you can hear me. Just a few odds and ends here I want to talk about. They're not really related to each other, but I just thought I'd group them together so we can have fewer videos. I have here a plastic bag with pages from the book Dune in it. I'm going to be reading this on the trail. I'm bringing the first 100 pages with me through Shenandoah National Park because I figure I have short days several times, and I'll have a lot of time at camp to just sit around doing nothing. So I thought I'd start out with 100 pages, and then I've got about 20 to 25 pages being sent to me in each of my resupply boxes. So I'll be reading it along the trail, but I thought I'd get a good jump on it there at the beginning. Let's go here next. This is my pillow I decided to take. It's a Trekology, a Luft pillow Deluxe. I can't take it out of the bag because the bag is part of the pillow. It's like it's sewn into the pillow itself. So the pillow has its own stuff sack that is attached to the pillow, in other words. So, but it's in here, and you'll see that when I'm on the trail. I'm not a huge fan of this bag, but it's attached to the pillow, so I got to kind of live with it. So I believe that weighs 4 ounces, 4.5 ounces, something like that. This is my sit pad. Orange on one side, charcoal on the other. I use this for all kinds of things. I actually have a Therm-A-Rest. They call it this Therm-A-Rest Z seat. They don't sell them anymore, oddly enough. That thing was like $20 or $17.95 or something crazy. It's just a piece of foam like this. It's a little sturdier. It has a, you can tell it's better quality foam, and it has a little shock cord around it that will keep it closed. And I think this one folds into 4 sections, as you can see. I think the Therm-A-Rest folds into 6 sections, but these are great for all kinds of things. When you go to stop for a break, you set this down on the rock or the tree log or whatever you need to sit on. It's not only more comfortable, it keeps you clean, it keeps you dry. If the rock is wet or the log is wet, right? You don't want to sit on a wet and mossy log and your pants all screwed up. I also use this underneath my sleeping pad at night, right about where my hips are. That way, if my sleeping pad deflates during the night, if I start losing air for some reason, or if the air gets cold and the air inside the sleeping pad contracts because it's an inflatable sleeping pad, I'll put this under here, especially when I flip on my side, because sometimes your hip bone really pushes down on that sleeping pad. The sleeping pad's only 2.5 inches thick. Okay, so sometimes I could bottom that thing out depending on how much I inflated it. And putting this there just gives me a little bit of extra protection. It also helps to keep the sleeping pad from sliding around the tent a little bit, because the sleeping pad's real slippery and the tent floor is real slippery. So I use it for that. You can also use this when you need to, change your shoes or your socks when you're on the trail. You can set this down, keep your feet clean. Take your shoe off, your sock off, put down your bare foot. You're not putting your bare foot down into the dirt, okay? It just gives you a clean, hopefully this stays clean, surface to work on. The other thing I use this for is in the morning when I'm packing up my tent. You're on your knees inside your tent, packing things up, stuffing things in the stuff sacks and zipping things and, pulling cords and snapping buckles and whatnot. I use this to protect my knees. So I kneel on this. This is a knee pad that I kneel on in the tent. It makes a world of difference. You don't accidentally kneel on a tree root or a rock and go, how painful that can be in your kneecap. So that's great for that. And the other thing I've used it for is take an impromptu shower in the woods. That was only one time on the Appalachian Trail up at, I think it was the Thomas Knob Shelter. It was a hot day, and we just took our platypus water bottle, or our water bladder rather, and we just kind of drizzled ourselves off in the woods, and I used this to stand on, so like a little shower mat. I could also use this in a hostel as a shower mat if it's kind of grungy or something. Most of the hostels are pretty clean though. I probably won't use it for that purpose, but that comes in handy for all kinds of things. And finally, here is my sleeping pad that I've just been talking about. I'll open it up for you. This bag is Dyneema composite fabric. I actually bought this from, I bought this from Tread Light Gear, which is a company in the UK. I believe it's Tread Light, L-I-T-E. A lot of these companies that have light in the name, it's usually L-I-T-E. Not always, but usually. And it's .co.uk. It's from England. Small little cottage company. I really like it. It's a perfect size for my sleeping pad, and it's super lightweight. It's better than the bag that the Therm-A-Rest came with. It's a little bit see-through. It's waterproof. And, you know, I like to help the little cottage companies. And they sent it over here. I bought a few other things, some cook pot containers, and I'll show you that in another video. They sent everything over here, no shipping, free shipping. Shocking. This is my inflation bag. It's just basically a big plastic bag, and down the corner is a nozzle that hooks onto the sleeping pad nozzle, and then I fill the bag, kind of get it filled with air, and then I roll the top down so I have it kind of like a big balloon of air in there, and then I push down on the bag, and that inflates the pad. Now I could use my mouth to inflate it. That's fine. This does have weight, obviously. This weighs probably between 2 and 3 ounces. It goes a lot faster. It's a lot easier. You don't get dizzy, and I'm not pumping warm, moist air into my sleeping pad, so I worry about all that moisture building up inside the pad and the pad getting heavier because the moisture can't get out again, or, you know, it's hard to get it out again. I also worry about mildew growing inside the pad. They claim it's antibacterial, and they've treated it and everything, but still, you know, if a couple of ounces of water get in there and I can't get it out again because, you know, I can't, for whatever reason, this will take care of that, and then this will pay for itself in the weight savings of the moisture that is no longer in my sleeping pad. I also have here, this is a leg pillow. I need a pillow, I should say, under my legs at night. It's kind of a funky thing. This is probably a little dirty. I'll actually show you real quick. You blow it up with a straw. It's got this sleeve in it. You blow it up. It takes like 3 or 4 breaths. It's super lightweight. It's got this flock lining on it, so it's kind of comfy. You pull the straw out, and it just seals itself up, and it doesn't leak air. So some people use this as their actual head pillow, you know, to sleep on. It's a little too balloon-like for me. I like to put it underneath my knees, to keep my knees up a little bit, to help my lower back. Or if I sleep on my side, put it between my knees to keep my knees and my back in alignment. So these work great. Super lightweight. I got this from lightsmith.com. There it is again, L-I-T-E, smith.com. Oh, tickle in my throat. I've been shooting, this is like the 6th or 7th video I've shot today. To deflate it, you got to put the straw back in that little sleeve, if I can find the spot. There it is. And then you just push the air out. So you're just doing it in reverse. So you leave the straw sticking out a little bit, and then I'll show you here. I'll just kind of push on it. As I said, this is super lightweight. This thing weighs less than an ounce, I believe. It's supposed to be fairly strong. I think this is a type of pillow they use in hospitals or nursing homes as a temporary, you know, pillow for a patient who's getting checked in or something. I don't know. But in any event, there it is. It's all flattened out, and I'll pack that back up and put it in there. But I keep that with my sleeping pad because I only use it at night when I'm sleeping. Again, that's my leg pillow from Lightsmith. Here is, I'm not going to unroll this. This is my Therm-A-Rest sleeping pad. There's the nozzle I was telling you about. And this has, I'll unroll it because it's right here. This has this little rubber, it's almost like a piece of inner tubing, and that just fits right over the nozzle like that. And I fill this bag with air and roll the top down so it doesn't leak out. And then I push down and it inflates the bag. It usually takes about 6 bags full of air to inflate the Therm-A-Rest. If you do it right. If you don't do it right, it could take 8 to 10 bags of air. I try to get it right so I don't have to keep doing it and doing it over and over again. And the last thing I'll show you is the repair kit. I actually brought the whole thing. I could probably chuck the instructions. This is the repair kit with the instructions. I've never had to repair a sleeping pad in the field, but so I just brought the whole thing. I thought I'll just throw it in there, and if I need it, I've got it. So that's it. Some miscellaneous stuff I'm bringing with me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.